Good afternoon. Today I'm presenting Yarra One, and this is for the multiple housing category. So taking you through to the context and location, it's right in the middle of, located on Claremont Street in this Forrest Hill precinct in South Yarra, so between Chapel Street and South Yarra Station, and flanked on the north and south by Turak Road and the Yarra further north. So looking at the precinct itself, it was smack in the middle of this site, which is an incredibly dense built form, and that proved to be quite challenging because it was the only remaining pocket which was to be developed. And we looked at three distinct forms in how we were going to create the building. So we have the podium level, which relates to the neighbouring building, and then we've got the orthogonal shoulders, which speak directly to the adjacent towers, both in height and form, and the elliptical tower rises above that, providing and maximising daylight and views to the city to the north and to the bay, Port Phillip Bay to the south. So looking at the materiality, we have this gridded atrium space up to the podium, and looking at how the orthogonal rectilinear shoulders have this refined detail of recessed glazed panels, and then pairing that back with the tower with the slender, sleek oval form. We also decided to keep with the curtain wall glazing with the balconies, with full height and half height balconies to provide that additional protection to the weather and wind. And so looking at the ground plane, the existing streets, so Daly Street and Yarra Lane, there is an existing pedestrian that correlates to either side, or rather it's flanked on either side of the site. And we decided to look at the opportunity to further enhance this link. So zooming in, looking at how visually we can connect it, and through the materiality, working through with tract, and talking through with City of Stonington together with our client, how we would provide a new public urban forum and space for the community as well as the residents. It is the only east-west link, so it provides quite an important thoroughfare, this being the existing thoroughfare, and that sort of generous offering provides quite an important thoroughfare for pedestrians walking through from Chapel Street through to South Yarra Station. So looking at this section where we've got this volume, we've got this 4-storey volume, we've got a glass canopy on top, which is a rainwater harvesting canopy, which provides water for reuse throughout the building. And we've got these elevated balconies that protrude out from the tenancy zones within this atrium space. And really just expressing and celebrating the structure of and the volume of this space with this V column and the features there, which takes you up to the balcony of level 1 tenancy deck. Taking you through the building, so walking through the building, we have the secondary entrance, which takes you from the atrium into the lobby, also being the DDA access. And further up Claremont Street is the formal entry into the lobby spaces. So we've got the clean sort of marble materials with the warm tones in the timber, and with the lattice element referencing back to our timber trellis. As we walk through the building with these amenity zones dotted through the buildings, the lower floors of the building, we're essentially providing a lifestyle. So we've got the sauna and steam room. We've got this outdoor spa with the north end of the site being carved out and creating a light well and essentially light permeating into the amenity spaces. And we have this vertical landscaped wall with this precast concrete wall with elevated planter boxes. Continuing that language of the oval tower, the oval shapes and curved spaces are dotted throughout the amenity areas. And going up to level 2, we've got the intimate sort of wine cellar spaces and double height spaces which overlook onto the outdoor, 3 levels of the outdoor spas, and with the Juliet balcony. So then taking you up to the roof with quite a small space to work with due to services. We obviously positioned it for maximising views, and then further looked into how we could create smaller spaces that where multiple groups can use the space at the same time. And we did that with these circular pergolas. So taking it through to the apartments, it's a 27-storey tower. We've got 247 apartments with 1, 2, 3 bedrooms, and with penthouses up on the roof as well. So this is a typical floor plate of the lower floor plate, and with the shoulders dropping off as you go up further to the tower. The client wanted us, so besides the 1, 2, 3 bedroom apartments, the client really wanted to provide a variety in apartments. So we looked at, and from a different point of view, and a different point of difference, and we looked at designing duplex apartments. So we've got 5 of these over 10 floors. So they're 2-storey duplex apartments over 10 floors, and furthermore looking at adaptable apartments. And these were designed in line with the Gold Star standard of Livable Housing Australian guidelines. So looking at how this also provided a multi-generational living within these apartments, and not compromising on the design, layout and finishes. And so having that additional space within the floor plan itself, and providing fixtures and fittings and removing the glass panels so it is in line with those standards. So essentially apartments that can adapt due to the user's needs if they change in time. So looking at the cross-section through the building, so this is a north-south cross-section. We basically have the atrium space, and we've got that visual connection between the public realm and the tenancies with these balconies. And as we move further north, we've got the private residential amenities with the ground floor, double height spaces, the mezzanine, and that carved out light well with the apartments above. And so looking at how the tower acts as an anchor to this atrium space, the atrium essentially gives back to the community and provides this additional urban and contemporary forum for people to use. Through its immersive materiality within the common areas, one can gather and socialise, but also then retreat to the comfort of their apartments and enjoying the sweeping views of Melbourne's skyline that we all love very much. Thank you.